can't we?
Well, maybe they were just having a little Bible study, you know.
Yeah. And
I
this
mean,
ties
Greg's a
in.
fag. Everybody knows Greg's a fag. I mean, whether he said it, didn't say it. I mean, it's not news, right?
For some people, it actually is, because many people have been in complete denial about this and basically demanded evidence. And
Dude,
now when they have
anybody.
their
I mean,
now when they have their evidence, they are claiming that well, yeah, sure, okay, but he's in the closet. He's doing a lot of good things. Who cares? It's 2019. It's a current year.
yeah, I mean, I just anybody who can't hear that voice and hear a homosexual is too autistic to be useful, frankly.
Well, we are talking about this in right here, so
Yeah, I totally
Well,
agree.
thank you, outsider's perspective. I mean, Matt, the thing is like this goes to. It's funny that you have Daniel here. I don't know what Daniel's current relationship is like with Richard, if he's also on the outs with Richard, but it's like you'll just you'll take any opportunity you get to like go after anybody on the dissident right with a following that you can put their name in a show title and get views for it. I mean, it's just like raw paparazzi bullshit. I don't know. I mean,
so
do you have anything like? I mean, is there some goal where you're like trying to help the dissident right, like circle around like positive figures? Like, I don't know, like your best buddy Beardson Beardley. I mean, he seems like a stand-up guy.
Well, I do plenty of shows on other topics, and these shows are popular because we're trying to get to the root of bad actors here. Okay, Greg Johnson, we have here again, homosexual. He's admitted to be part of basically the gay mafia. He's admitted to the existence of it, which is a problem because they've gone and fucked with people like me over the years. They fucked with any heterosexual.
It's all about you.
They fuck with other heterosexuals.
Did he not take your movie reviews at Countercurrents? Just like Richard wouldn't take you over at Alt Right.
I never.
You've admitted to me directly on the air saying
Brundlefly. That doesn't make sense because I've worked for both of them, and I don't like Greg Johnson either.
You used to work for them, now you don't.
Well, in any case, I don't.
Yes, Brundlefly, but your point was that Matt Forney doesn't like Greg Johnson and doesn't like Richard Spencer because he's never worked for them.
Matt admitted to me on the air that I was largely correct in my critique, that for him it was personally motivated, his attacks on Richard.
What I said was, Spencer goes around claiming that the reason I'm attacking you because he wouldn't let me write for AltRight.com. I admitted that I was.
He said he's largely correct.
I said it was resentful, but I never publicly attacked Spencer until after Charlottesville because I put aside my ego for the better part of the movement. I didn't start attacking Spencer until his fuck-ups got so big that it would have been irresponsible for me to not say anything. Okay, so the idea that I was primarily motivated by this is some kind of long vendetta is not. And right now it's like AltRight.com is dead. Everyone who's been associated with Spencer's gotten burned in some fashion with him. It's just comedy at this point. With regards to Johnson, it's just more like I don't like this guy is a clearly destructive force. You know, I've pointed out again the homosexual grooming. The fact that he's a bad person who was possibly responsible for trying to bring down Arctos.
Okay, so him and Daniel have some beef where he says Daniel released doxing information to Swedish Antifa. Is that true, Daniel?
Well, if you had any knowledge about my history in the nationalist movement for the past 25 years, you wouldn't even be asking that question. But yes, it's absolutely not true.
Brundlefly, can we just agree that this is a good story? It's quite funny. It's got comic aspects. The fact that Greg Johnson has been openly known to be gay, and while at the same time trying to hide the fact that he's gay, and now he's finally been revealed again as being gay because he did something gay with somebody who he's trying to get gay with. It's just a great, funny story. Can't we just enjoy that story? My beef with Johnson is that he's just another one of these neo-Nazi fucking twats who has dragged the alt-right into a very dark place where it's just like rotting away.
No, I guess I'm just so worn out by every time I see you and.
Well, you've just not got no fucking stamina, have you? Why are you worn out? It's a fucking funny story. How can you be worn out by a funny story?
Every time I see you, you're on Luke Ford's show shitting on someone. Like that's what you're like a.
Oh yeah, I say a few negative things about. I say a few negative things about Richard Spencer, who's made some rather obvious errors in his time. And I mean, I've got no animosity to Richard. I just find him a kind of funny guy. He's always been a funny guy. And the mistakes he's made in his career have made him even more funny. I mean, the alt-right exists as a fucking circus. It's a joke. It's a funny soap opera. Get used to it.
Yeah, and for the record, I'm not in the habit of shitting on other people in the movement.
I know you're not, Daniel. That's why it's really a shame to see you in the mix with these two mudrakers.
Well, I felt that it's prudent to address the Greg question because of all the
there are serious.
Be right back. I'm changing the name of this show to Mudraker Live.
No. Look, Daniel, I understand that you and Greg clearly have some serious animosity. I would just ask you. I mean, so there's nothing to this idea that you were upset about not being invited to the Scanso Forum.
No. Well, I mean, now you're asking a completely different question.
Well, it speaks to motive, right? He basically, everything he says that you did allegedly was based off this motive, and I'm saying, at a base level, is the motive even true?
Yes and no. I mean, obviously, yes, I was upset for about 1 hour. And I was out having some beers with old friends and associates when I received these news. And that's where all these text messages comes from, which Greg tastefully published on his website as proof that I hated Scansoforum. No, I didn't hate Scansoforum. I just got a pretty surprising message when I was out partying with friends in Stockholm, and I was pissed off, and I wrote some things in what I perceived was private text messages to an old friend, and who later, on Greg's orders, chose to publish them on his site. So, sure, I was pissed off that evening, but when I woke up in the morning, I didn't feel any animosity. I didn't even care. I mean, I've been organizing the biggest alt-right conference in Sweden for the past 10 years. I don't feel and I've been attending international conferences for as long as I can remember. I didn't feel I was missing out on anything important by not being able to attend the Scansoforum. I just thought it was a pretty petty thing of Greg to do. But no,